Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Cheesecake and behind me is my current stream setup. I have all my Halloween decorations for my live streams and this is where I decided I was gonna film in the spirit of Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday and I am looking forward to the entire month of October. Last night during my live stream, we had a really good conversation about dealing with depression and anxiety, and that seems to be a hot topic every time I stream, and definitely mental health and your overall well-being is something I'm really passionate about in life, and I love discussing it. So I wanted to put together a video for anyone who is dealing with anxiety or depression, and I am not a medical professional, I'm not certified in anything. All of this comes from my own experience and just my own thoughts and consideration on how to deal with challenging emotions. I have anxiety, I'm an anxiety freak. I want to control the future so badly, but I cannot, you cannot. You can only control yourself and what you end up saying and doing and how you choose to process certain situations or challenges you're presented with. And for me, what has really helped me outside of talking to my doctor or medical professional is keeping a planner. I love having my planner with me. Sometimes it's just therapeutic. I end up journaling in my planner. So here is the planner that I do have. I also use it as an on-the-go vision board. So I just, tape in inspirational quotes or stuff I find on Pinterest that somehow motivates me, or it's just a quick pick-me-up for the day. So when I feel overwhelmed, like, I can refocus. So anytime I feel overwhelmed at work or just day to day, I whip out my planner and I find some kind of solace in it because I can control what I write and record in here. I'll put to-do lists, my checklist, my grocery list. If I had something very stressful happen to me during the day, I might make a note or a comment or write down whatever I'm experiencing on a page that I didn't use, and that's really helped me. And definitely, if you're a very crafty person, put together a vision board. I have one of those. It's taped in my bedroom, on the back of my bedroom door, and it has done me wonders. And it's not like you need it, but it's a good thing, like a good visual reminder for you when you wake up every day and you walk by it, or you open up your planner and if you are just not feeling motivated when you wake up, you just go to those pages and hopefully reading something or visually seeing something will be a good pick-me-up during your day. I also think it's a great idea to download a mindless app, like play Sudoku or a crossword puzzle, or get a coloring book and color, because sometimes when we're feeling really low or overwhelmed and panicked, it's just because our mind isn't focused on one objective, or our mind is completely scattered. It's trying to focus on too many things at one time or processing too many feelings at one time. And it causes us to have these challenging feelings because we're dealing with too much at one time. And I know when I start to feel lonely or overwhelmed, I might play Sudoku, I might be in my planner looking at stuff. I can go work out. I love working out. That's a really great stress reliever. And for those people who you don't have to weight lift and have a crazy HIIT workout or anything like that. You could literally walk on a treadmill or go for a walk outside. Something to keep a part of you busy that'll keep you physically busy It will make you feel good. Those feel good hormones will kick in. You'll start to relax a little bit. Maybe you just focus on every single step you take, or meditating. Meditating is great. Doing stretches, that's really good for you. Breathing exercises to bring yourself back to earth. Those are all really, really wonderful things that you can incorporate day to day on the fly, so you can reel yourself back in. All of those activities you can control. You have complete and total control and jurisdiction over those activities. I think that's a great way to focus your mind. I also think that if you're trying to confront and address any insecurities that you might have, or you keep questioning the outcome of something, then you need to look at your insecurities or your regret or remorse as baggage and unpack that baggage. My point here is you don't have to address a situation or a challenge 100% all at once and then move on. Life, I always preach that life is about incremental adjustments or dealing with things incrementally, because you can't just go from 0 to 100. You have to break things down into manageable steps or manageable groups of things that you can tackle incrementally. I think once you break down something that you're confronted with into smaller bits and pieces or smaller thoughts, and you can visually see that in front of you, I don't think you should get overwhelmed. It's like any weekly to-do list. You have all of these things that you need to do, but it's not all gonna get done in one day. You have to allocate it over a period of time, or you have to be aware that, okay, I have this big list of things to do, and you know what? If it doesn't get done this week, it just doesn't get done this week, because you can only do what you can do. And I do think that there is a time and place where you are meant to come to a resolve with whatever you were dealing with, because your past is a place of reference. Don't dwell on the past so much. It's a place of reference, and if you feel like history keeps repeating itself, then that means you either learned a lesson from a past experience and you haven't applied that lesson, or you still haven't learned your lesson. You need to sit down and evaluate, okay, what is it that I learned previously, and how can I apply that productively and proactively moving forward so this doesn't happen again? So I don't have to go through this challenging experience time and time again. What can I use to move on with my life and move on to the next challenge that I will be presented with? And I think you need to give yourself the time to endure the challenging emotions, because it's our right as human beings to experience challenging emotions like anger, fear, confusion, sadness. It's okay to deal with those emotions. It's normal to deal with those emotions head on. So don't deny yourself that right, and don't let anyone around you ever make you feel that that isn't your right. Like, that is your right to confront those emotions head on. Once you figure out how those feelings impact your life and what are appropriate coping mechanisms for you, then you can better manage those emotions moving forward. And yes, I think it's a great thing to say, okay, well, I'm not the only one in the world that feels this way or has experienced this, but it's different when it's you, a unique individual. There's only one of you experiencing this thing, and you aren't going to process it the same way as somebody else. Don't let anyone make you feel like, oh, you know what, you're not the only one. So you can move on and get over it. It's important to you. And if a challenge or an obstacle is important to you, then the people around you who care about you, who support you, should understand, like, okay, this is your life event, your life experience that you are confronted with and you are trying to process and move past, and you're not gonna get through it the same way everybody else does. Those were just a couple of my thoughts based on my live stream last night and a lot of the questions that I do get. Hopefully you can just listen to this video and this will help you get to thinking of better ways to cope with things that you're dealing with, or this could serve as a helpful reminder of productive things that you can do. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, or have any other suggestions for people who might be dealing with depression or anxiety, or just going through really challenging things in life, please feel free to comment down below. Feel free to ask me any questions. I can give you my perspective, I can give you my opinion. Hopefully this video has helped somebody out there. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and watch the curve on your way out.